I don't know how to noodle well. My nudes, they're getting leaked. But nah, let's see. Just to clarify, that was one of the most amazing bites I've ever had in my life. You guys can't tell me that didn't look good. Let's make it. So, to make our chicken Alfredo, of course we're gonna need chicken thighs. Since they tend to be more juicier, we're gonna need salt, pepper. I prefer using a little bit of blackened seasoning. We're gonna need some oil, we're gonna need some paprika, oregano, either dried or fresh. Fresh is always better, but dried is more practical in this sense because it's also gonna be in a chicken. We're gonna need heavy cream and Parmesan, and a lot more Parmesan. We need cheese, of course, and then we're gonna need garlic. You can have your choice of onion or no onion in it. Just gonna make sure you sear it up. Always sear your vegetables before you add it into stuff. It just makes it better. And then we're also gonna have a lemon in here. So, first things first, we have our chicken thighs. We're gonna get them into a brine using salt, some lemon, some oil, and a little bit of this blackened seasoning. And we're just gonna let that sit for a couple of minutes while we start to boil our noodles. And then we'll start to cook the chicken in a sec. Quick little side note here. Most people think this is for sharpening your knife. No, this is for honing your knife. Keeps the edge sharp for longer. If you hone your knife once a week, you don't need to sharpen it once every 2 weeks. Hone your knife and it should last you a lifetime. Our knife is honed. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of salt. Well, no, 1½ tablespoon. Half a lemon, or juice of half of a lemon. And then some oil. I'm gonna go for about a tablespoon here. Give me a second to pour it correctly. Okay, it's just. It's about 2 tablespoons actually. Now we have that. Here is our pack of chicken thighs. Again, thighs are juicier, and this is just gonna make them even better. So, I'm gonna take approximately 4 thighs. Don't worry, we're gonna mix in all that salt at the bottom in a second. I'm gonna do about 4 thighs. You can do 4 or 5. I'm gonna do 4 though. So, now we have them in our brine. Just gonna kinda make sure it's all nicely mixed and all the salt is well distributed. Later on, we're gonna come back through, cut off some of these little rougher edges, and that should be it. And that's just a base brine right there. If you wanna be extra, add about a teaspoon of blackened seasoning. This helps it stay juicy. The salt draws out moisture and then reintroduces it in the form of this brine. It just really makes your meat juicier in the end. So it's a really great method of, well, trying to get your chicken juicy. But that said, I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna go and get ready to start boiling some noodles, because believe it or not, this recipe is halfway done. Also, huge shout out to the people over on my Twitch channel. As you guys know, the last time I made a video was right before my 50th stream. They really made it special. I got about 60 bucks in donations, and then my ring light broke. You're actually using the broken one right now. But then one of my viewers decided to buy me the tripod that you guys are currently sitting on. So thank you to 2021 out on Twitch. If you guys want to be part of these awesome experiences or just see it and just chill out and learn these recipes in real time, then feel more than free to. Might I mention, today's video is being edited by a different editor, and I have approximately 2 to 3 editors. One is a strictly TikTok editor, and the other 2 help me with these videos. So now we're gonna add about half a tablespoon of salt to the water. People make this mistake a lot. Salt in your water does not season the noodles. Please don't make that mistake. Please don't make that mistake. Okay, now I'm gonna add about half a tablespoon of oil. And this just helps the noodles to not stick to each other as much. Now we're gonna wait for that to get to a rolling boil. Once that does, we'll pretty much be able just to drop the noodles right in, not worry about it, and then we can get started on our sauce, which will be in this pan right here. Okay guys, and as you've noticed, it is time to drop our noodles, as you can see by, well, the rolling boil that we have in front of your screen right now. We're not gonna actually push them down or break them or anything. Well, we are gonna push them down, but you know what I mean. Now, there will be another video on me making my own noodles, but I just feel like for this, it really doesn't make sense. With that said, we're just gonna kind of leave these here, kind of keep them stirred around and moved around so they don't burn up on the sides, because remember, this is on high heat. We left this on high heat, so it's gonna get real hot on these little pieces right here. And we're just gonna make sure that all these noodles are pushed down, and while these boil, we'll get to the sauce in a second. If you guys want me to see your noodle recipes, use hashtag send nudes. I mean, use hashtag Chef Ethan Eats, not send nudes. That doesn't sound, you know what, screw it. Send nudes. Send nudes and then tag me in it. My Instagram handle is Chef Ethan Eats if you guys want to do that. Now, these are boiling, these are all poked in there, so we're gonna get to the sauce. As you guys can see, the noodles are still boiling off to the side. So let's get ready to make our sauce. First off, we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of butter, we're gonna need 3 cloves of garlic, and of course some salt. So we have this on medium heat right now, currently. Crank it to medium to high. We're gonna introduce our garlic in. Once we get the bottom of this pan coated into like a layer of butter and fat. Okay, so now we let that sear down for a little bit. We're gonna grab some flour off to the side. Of course, we're gonna salt it a bit. Quick little tip from me, from EJ, is salt in every step. It doesn't have to be a lot of salt. It shouldn't be a lot of salt. But salt in every step, nonetheless. So now, you guys are seeing this. We're gonna need some milk too, just in case you want your sauce a tad bit thinner than a normal person. Or you can use pasta water, which would be probably what we use. Now you can pretty much first freehand it from here, but 2 tablespoons of butter, 4 teaspoons of flour in. Now we mix this around. We're gonna start to create a roux. Now I'm mixing my roux teaspoon at a time, just to be sure. Now then again, that wasn't a full teaspoon. This is more likely to be a full teaspoon. And what you really want to see is this start to become like a paste in the bottom, or to start to cook down. And it's just a basic bechamel sauce currently. You're just trying to whisk up everything. You start to see it get real thin on the bottom, or well, thick on the bottom, as you can see. And keep going with the flour. Depends on how much butter you added. Keep going with the flour until you have somewhat of a paste. So like here would be perfect. Now we add heavy cream into this. I'd say that's about 1.5 cups. Now we just continue to stir, and it will thicken up on its own. The garlic adds a nice, well, garlic flavor to this, and it smells wonderful in here. As you start to see, it's starting to thicken up. We're gonna crack some fresh pepper into it. Another quick tip, if you crack it into the lid, you can just have easy pouring right there, but I prefer fresh cracked pepper to anything else. Now we cook this down, let it reduce some more. It's already getting thicker. In the meanwhile, we got Parmesan over here to shred, so we're gonna use our microplane. Here's a refresher of what a microplane is. I'm gonna grate up some cheese. I'm just gonna grate it straight into it. We have some dried oregano for flavor. I'm gonna add some of that right now. At this point, there's no specific amount. Oregano is oregano. You guys trying to see how it's getting thick and bubbly? That right there is what we want. It's super thick now. This is a basic bechamel sauce. That's it. One of the mother sauces. Now that said, we're gonna add in a ton of Parmesan. So, Parmesan there. I'm just gonna keep adding in Parmesan until there's no Parmesan to be added. Now you can crank down the heat. Start to incorporate all of your Parmesan into it. Starts to look real thick like this. Now that looks good, right? Wrong! I hate when, one thing, it's a pet peeve of mine. I hate when people make these cheese sauces that are far, far beyond thick. And it's like you're swallowing a whole brick of cheese. Add milk in it. Yes, I am using the whole jug. I do not care right now. Add milk in it to like thin it out, guys. You do not want that much cheese, I guarantee you. You do not want it that cheesy. So now we sit here. We crank the heat a little bit more, and we're gonna let this sit here and melt. But I'm gonna add this blackened seasoning because I like a little bit of spice to mine. It's not really gonna change it too much or too drastically. What you don't want is to pull out a huge, stringy, cheesy mess like that. What you want is a fluent sauce. Our noodles are looking good, so I'm gonna add some pasta water in here. I probably should have added this earlier. Just gonna shred in some Parmesan cheese right into it. You want a really rich, cheesy sauce. But now we're gonna get to making our chicken. Okay, so before we go any further, first off, this recipe will pair great with my previous video, the garlic knot video, edited by my other editor, Ivana. It should, a screenshot or like a clip of it should pop up here somewhere now. Hopefully, but definitely not. But nah, there should be, they should pair very, very well with this. That said, our chicken thighs have been sitting in a brine for quite a bit now. I'm gonna take them out, and we're just gonna make sure that we don't have any like super large fat pieces or any pieces of bone left, because although you can buy it boneless, or although you buy it boneless, it's still very much bones and gristle in there that you don't want to consume. And while we're seasoning this, we're gonna need oregano, we're gonna need salt, parsley flakes, paprika, of course, smoked paprika to be exact, garlic powder, blackened seasoning, and salt always. So right now we're just making sure it's good, because we're gonna cut these into strips later and lay it out on top and make it look nice and pretty for y'all. Only reason we're working with this beside this lemon right now is because this lemon is gonna be squeezed over it while it cooks. Pour out our brine. Yes, it's sad to see it go. Very sad, very sad. Now anyways, we're gonna pick these back up, put them back in here. I'm not using my other hand because I'm about to season with that hand. So we're using blackened seasoning. I'm gonna use about a tablespoon of that. We got garlic powder. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit on here. And also, real quick, if you dry out a chicken thigh, I'm sorry, you don't know how to cook. So you should totally hit the subscribe button down there below. Just saying. Because chicken thighs are really the easiest thing to cook, almost impossible to, well, screw up. That's 2 teaspoons of paprika. That's a teaspoon of garlic powder. We're gonna literally add about not even a tablespoon, half a teaspoon of parsley. And of course, oregano leaves, 1.5 teaspoons of those. Now we're gonna add some oil to it. Now just get through here, mix together all that seasoning. And since my editors get free access to all this food that I cook each time I make a video, how about you say how good it was or how probably bad it was. Let me stop. How good it was probably up here in the corner, top left, top right. I could see people in the comments now typing, "Don't stop playing with your meat." I can see it. I see you down there hiding below the comments. Okay, and we're back. Our pan is heating up right now. And we're gonna grab our lemon to the side, get that prepared. Now, I have a lemon squeezer. You guys can squeeze it by hand. We're gonna grab our chicken over here. Boom. We're gonna grab some pepper. We're gonna put some pepper into here, simply because I forgot a second ago. Now, I like a lot of pepper in every dish, especially dishes that require any kind of cheese. Pepper, full all the way. But now our oil is nice and hot. It's gonna come through. Make sure our eyes aren't hot. All I'm gonna do is gonna throw these, the side that the skin would be on, down. So now that's about 3 in there. We're gonna let that sit there and sear. So we're gonna wait till these get like a nice little char on them. We have it on high heat. So wait till these get a char on them. But for now, we're gonna add just a squeeze of lemon over all of these. Boom. Now we wait. Ow, 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 ow. It burns. It burns. Guys, help. It burns. Help. Why did I decide to do this? What did I do? What did I do? Ow, my eye. Oh! Stupid. Ah! Ah! But before I go, I like to talk about a friggin' Instagram post I seen the other day. It was about chefs. It said, being a chef is basically the ability to turn food into sex on a plate. And I couldn't agree more. Let me stop. Let's look at that glorious piece of chicken right here. Just gonna come through, cut into nice little strips like so. Oh no, oh God, oh God. This hurts my hands quite a lot, by the way. Just thought I should say something about it. Now look at that sexy chicken. Let me cut this. Yeah. Look at that. Look at all these pieces of chicken. Perfection right there. So now I'm gonna plate it up. I'm gonna get back to y'all and we'll be ending stream. Easy, like I said. Done. It was really simple, really fast. I'm gonna add a squeeze of lemon over this real quick. And that's completing the dish. Let's give this baby a try, and then we'll end it off there. I don't know how to noodle well. My nudes, they're getting leaked. But nah. Just to clarify, that was one of the most amazing bites I've ever had in my life. Once again, thank thank you all for watching the video and being my loyal supporters. Each and every time I have a video come out, thank you for watching. And thanks to my lovely editor, Gianna, somewhere over here or over there. And hope you all enjoyed, hope you all learned something, and I hope to get you next time on my next video. Peace out. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Remember that all my music is made and produced by Nukon Sound. That said, be sure to follow me on all platforms, and if you wish to support me even more so, I have my Amazon wishlist in the description as well as my Cash App. Don't forget I have cooking streams every Saturday, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I will be selling Christmas snacks and treats soon. Check my Insta for more. Now have a nice day and keep cooking.